So hello guys, it's Kodian and welcome back to a new video. And first of all, I have an announcement to make, and I'm really sorry to make this announcement that I have to cut short the videos, or we can say the sorting video, if we talk about that only, more shorter. And that's why we will discuss selection sorting only today. And I know that it is a little bit sad, but when I said that we will have short and simple videos, that also meant that we have to take the discussion elaborately. Okay, we have to give time to the videos, because if we say that we have to cover this topic in a short video, it also means that we require more videos. Okay, and I know that it seems like a scam, but no, it isn't. Yeah, so coming back to the topic, that was the announcement I had to make. Now let's come back to the topic. Now our today's topic is selection sorting. Okay, selection sorting. Now as the name suggests, we have something to select here. Okay, so now the question is, what is here to select? Now for selection sorting, let us consider an array, and let's take 5 elements here. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Let's take 1 3 4 9, or let us say we will write it in reverse order. 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now we say that we have to arrange this array into ascending order, and that's where sorting comes. Okay, that's where the concept of sorting is applicable. Now if we say that we have to sort this array, we have different methods for sorting, and one such method is selection sorting. Now what selection sorting does is, it takes the minimum value and it places it at the first index, or if we talk more specifically and more accurately, 0th index. Okay, not the first index, 0th index, which is this here. Now as we go from left to right, we see that, hey, our first element in this array is 5. Is our second element less than this? If our answer is yes, then the array will be like this. Okay, now this shorter, or we can say smaller element will come here, and this will be replaced by this 5, then 3, then 2, and then 1. Now we will sort this now, and for sorting this, we will take this, and we will now consider 4 with these. Okay, we will again check if our first element is less than these or not. If it is not, it's fine. Actually, sorry, it's not fine what I'm saying. If it is greater than these elements, then it has to come in that place. Basically we are swapping. Okay, those of you who don't know about swapping, swapping is the concept where we take one element and place it in the place of another element, and the other element which whose place is taken by the first element takes the place of first element. Now that might be a little bit overwhelming, so let me show you. As we did here, we will do it here also. We will see, okay, 4. Now 5 is not smaller than 4, but 3 is. So these two will swap, and then we will have 4, sorry, not this. We will have 3, 5, and here we will have 4, 2, and then 1. Then we will swap again. Here we will have 3, then we will consider 2, because 5 and 4 both are greater than this. Now here we will have 2, then here we will have 5, then here we will have 4, here we will have 3, and 1 is here only. Now the process will be repeated till 1 is here and 2 is there, and then it is arranged in an ascending order. So if we see the final result, it will be like this: 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, I know it is not that good. 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, it will be like this. Now it will be again swapped. Here it is 2, here it is 3, here 1 will come. Now when 1 comes here, things changes a little bit. Okay, things change a little bit. Now what are the things which are changing? 5 comma 4 comma 3, I am applying comma because we don't have much space here. Okay, and yeah, 2 is there now. Now 1, as we know, is the smallest element here, so this part is sorted and hence it will be excluded from here. And by exclusion I don't mean that it is excluded from the array, but for now while sorting we are not considering it for sorting purposes. Okay, so we have 1 separated out, then we will take 5 4 3 2. Now we will see if 5 is greater than 4, or we can say that if 4 is smaller than 5. So yeah, it is smaller than 5. We will place it like this. It will be swapped: 4 comma 5 comma 3 comma 2. Then we will see here 4 and 3, then 3 will come in this place, and then it will be like this: 4 and then 2, and then it will be replaced because we will see 3 will be swapped by 2. So 2 comma 5 comma 4 comma 3, and we know that after 1, 2 is the smallest element, so this will be excluded now. And now the competition is between these, so 5 will be swapped by 4. It will be like 4 comma 5 comma 3. Wait a minute. 4 comma 5 comma 3. Then it will be like 3 comma 5, sorry, 3 comma 5 comma 4. Then it will be again replaced, and then 4 will be replaced by 5. So here is 4 and here is 5. And now we know that we don't need to sort this element. Okay, so we have to sort one less element. If we see, this is our observation. So if we see that the elements are 0 comma 1, sorry, 0 comma 1, I'm actually fond of that now. 1 2 3 4 5, we have 5 elements, so the sorting takes place between 4 elements actually. Okay, because the last element is not sorted, because it is the greatest element when it is left. Okay, now let's remove all this, and then I have to explain you a little more things. Okay, I can see that this is not able to be erased, so let's erase it. Wait a minute. Okay, highest size is 10 pixels. Let's open a new file. Okay, I'm too lazy to do that, writing again and again. Let's write selection sort. Wait a minute, I'm sorry, I'm wasting your time, precious time. Now let's take yellow color, 4 pixels size brush. What's this? Marker. Okay. Now here we have, oh, it is really thick. Okay, 8 pixels is the size I was expecting. Selection, sort. Now, how are we going to replace the elements? I said that the replacement, or we can say, let me pick a little bit darker color actually. Let's pick this. Yeah. So I said that if we have this array, yes, we have unsorted elements in here. So what we are going to do is, we will take this element and we will place here. But how will we do that? This is the question which must be arising in your mind. So let me answer that question. Let me give you an analogy. Let us take 2 glasses filled with drinks. Okay. Now you and your friend exchange your glasses. Okay. Exchange your glasses, and now you think that we want our glasses back and we want the same drink. Now I know that this is a weird example, but let's take this. Okay. And before everything, yeah, it is important. Okay. So now to do that, we will take a third glass. Okay. And we will name it temp. Now suppose that these glasses are containers, which they are actually, okay, which they actually are, and these drinks are data. So if we see that these are data, then what we can do is, we can put this data into this, and then we can put this data into this empty container, and when this container is also empty, we can put this data into this container. Okay. So if we write a pseudocode, then we can say that int, we can take a variable temp, and then let us say this is the value. We say arr is an array and I is the index. Okay, we will do like this. Then we will say arr I. Okay, then we will say that it is equal to arrj. Now what is arrj here? Okay, let us keep it. Wait a minute. Yeah, we'll keep it I plus 1. It is a specific condition. Okay, and then we will say that arr I plus 1 equals to temp. Now you can see what is going on here. Okay, we have these 3 containers which are also our glasses, and we are replacing the drinks, which is our analogy in the data. Okay, so whenever from now on, whenever you heard whenever you hear something about swapping of data, you have to remember this concept. Okay, this is my invention. I'm telling it to you guys to keep you aware of the facts. Okay, jokes apart, let's study. Now this was the brief explanation. Now let us look at the code. Actually, I'm in a hurry, so I've written the code already here. Okay, I will not lie, I have picked it from a side to reduce the redundancy. Okay, So let me tell you guys. Actually, I'm connecting the keyboard and keeping the marker away, so it might take some time, but yeah, not too much. So here we have the sorting class, okay, sorting Java class, and here we have public static void selection sort. And now most of you guys will be thinking that what is happening here, okay, what is it? Now let me tell you that you don't need to scandalize. This is a method, okay. We will not talk about method now, but we will discuss it later. But for now, just know that this method will execute the code written in this when we call it, okay. So we are defining a method. Now if we talk about method in real life, it is a way to do things. Now this is a way to do things too, just we are giving the way to do things in here, okay. So whenever we want to refer to a specific way, we can use the name of the method, okay. Now here it is public static void, okay. We will not talk about static keyword, but let me tell you about void keyword, okay. Void keyword means that this method is not going to return any value, okay. So it means that if you want to iterate this, it would not be possible, okay. So let me tell you another thing. Here we have int square braces and arr. Now what does this mean? You must be knowing that this is the declaration of array, and it means that we are taking an array data type as input. Is it clear? How will you tell? You have to comment down, and you are too lazy to comment down. Okay, let's not be personal. Okay, how many times do I have to say okay? I again said leave it. For int I equals to 0 and I less than arr dot length minus 1 I plus plus, okay. And now I think that I have done a mistake after connecting the keyboard, because I again require the whiteboard okay. Now no worries, we will connect it in 2 minutes. You can skip that part, okay. I again said okay. I have to stop saying okay. Now we will take half screen and we will maximize this. Open new, don't save. Now let me tell you what's happening here. Here the index I, okay, we are taking an iterator I and we are going from yeah. So here we have the for loop, and you can see that the for loop in the for loop the value of I is going from 0 to less than arr dot length minus 1. Now if you remember that the length function returns as the length of an array, string, or any other data type, okay. If there is, here it is I, and actually it is not for strings, I guess it is only for arrays or other things, sorry, other data structures. But for now let's come here. So if we say that the value of I will go from 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 and so on till this arr dot length minus 2. Now why I am saying arr dot length minus 2? Because it is written arr dot length minus 1 here, okay. So I must be wrong, and for that my friends, no, I am not wrong. I know what I am saying. Here you see that it is less than, okay. So it means it will go one less than, so it will go like 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 and it will go till arr dot length minus 2. Now if we talk about this, then we have int index equals to I. Now index is equal to I, index equals to I. Now it means that 0, 1, 2, 3 and the following values will be also the value of I, sorry, index here. Okay, and I think that's clear to you guys. Now let's move forward here. Let's go into this. Now we have another for loop for int j equals to I plus 1. Now if we see that it is starting from I plus 1, so for the value of 0 in the case of I, we will start from 1. In case of 1, we will start from 2, and in case of 3, we will start from what? 4. Okay, so we are adding one value and it will go 1 less than. So if we add 1 in this, it is pretty clear that it will go. Let me write it straight. Actually, I will write diagonally. Yeah, so I equals to, no, not I equals to, j equals to 1, 2, 3 and so on till arr dot length minus 1, because we have added 1 here. Okay, so yeah, this was it. Now we will talk about this. Now what is in this for loop? Here we have a condition if arrj is less than arr index. Now what does it mean? To tell you, okay, and I think I've done something wrong here. Yep, I have Control plus Z, and yeah, it's all right. Oh, where we were? Yeah, we were in the second for loop discussing about this condition. Now if we say that the, yeah, I had to Control plus Z this. Now don't focus on this, leave this, exclude this from our group. Now if arrj is less than arr index, what does it mean? It means that if the predecessing value, what do I mean? I mean if the value coming before, if we say this is an array, if we say that our value, which is in this case 4 here, I am considering 4 and 3, it is saying that arrj, which is I plus 1, index plus 1 value, which is in this case 3, is less than this, is less than arr index, then index equals to j. Okay, then index equals to j instead of I. Now what does it mean? It means that the index, or we can say the index value by which we were determining what is the minimum value is here, will be changed to 3. Now we have to move forward in this. I think this is clear that index equals to j. If this much part is clear, then I will move forward, and if it is not, you can surely repeat the video, and if it is not clear then also, then you can comment down. I will try to explain. Now int temp equals to arr index. Now this is the thing which I was talking about, where we have just written cheers. Okay, cheers is important, but not every time. Okay, int temp equals to arr index. Now you can see this index is nothing but j, because we have considered the case of if. Now you can see that we have considered it separately. So if the value of I uh, is sorry if the value at the ith index is less than the jth index, then it will go like this. But in that case, the value of index won't be j. Okay, this is the fact which we should remember. If we consider that thing, then it is pretty clear that temp equals to ARRI, and ARRI equals to ARRI again, and this is redundant. Okay, this much part is redundant and it will result in the same thing, but we are not saying it redundant because we are using an algorithm here. Okay, this is an algorithm, so we cannot say that it is redundant, but yeah, it is the way of sorting, so we will not call it redundant. But this was the case of I. Now let us consider the case of j. If we say that index equals to j, which is if ARR j is less than ARR index, if this value, which is 3, is less than 4, then what will happen? The thing which will happen is temp equals to, here it is, temp equals to ARR j. Okay, I just received a message. Okay, index equals to j, and if ARR j, not if, surely it will be ARR j equals to temp, then temp equals to, what will be equal to temp? Oh, sorry, I made a blunder. ARR I, and then ARR I equals to ARR j. Okay, now till now you must be knowing that we are swapping the values. Now here we have public static void main. Now this is something you know. Okay, this is the main function. Now moving forward, or moving, let's keep it forward. Int, we are considering it an array because the declaration is of array, and the instantiation also 9 comma 14 comma 3 comma 2. So the point is that we have taken an array, and here you can see that it is written before selection sort, and here it is for int I ARR1. Now what is this? Okay, I won't tell you, this is your homework. Okay, you have to figure it out, and then you have to comment down. Now the rest of the part I will tell you. System.out.println I, now it is pretty clear, it will go like this. System.out.println, and it will give a separate line after which it will be printed. Now here it is, first our array before selection sort will be printed, then our array after selection sort will be printed. Now if I execute this, okay, control plus, wait a minute, I have to right click it and run this. Yes, now you can see this before selection sort 9 14 3 2 43 11 58 22, and what it is now after selection sort, it is like 2 3 9 11 14 22 43 and 58. Now if we see, this was a pretty good way to sort, but let us also consider time and space complexity, because what is the use of them if we have studied them and we will not use them? So let's see, and what we will see, we will see, yeah, selection sort. time complexity. Now, as I told you, we'll take the worst case, we will not consider the best case. Here it is, O(n) square. Okay. Now, I'm not telling you how did we calculate it, or let us see. Okay. Otherwise, it will be a doubt that will be left in your minds. Now, if we see it clearly, here we have one loop and then we have another loop. Okay. And, oh, sorry, not here. Here. First loop and then second loop, it also in here. 1, 2. Now, the first loop has n value if we see from 0 to arr dot length minus 1. If we consider arr dot length equals to n. Okay. No, actually not. So yeah, we are taking a for loop and another for loop, and that's why two n's are multiplying in here, and that's why we are left with a worst case time complexity of n square. For more detail, you can check how to calculate the time complexity. If you want me to tell you how to change the, sorry, not change, calculate the time complexity, you can let me know in the comment section. I will tell you in another video which I will upload on your demand, because it is pretty clear and I think we don't need it now while this sorting videos are coming. But yeah, we can plan it for now if you want, or if you don't want it right now, I will plan it for later on. But for now, let's see selection sort space complexity. Yes, what is the space complexity? 1. Now let us also see, this is the definition given by Geeks for Geeks, so let's appreciate it. The selection sort algorithm has a time complexity of O(n) square and a space complexity of O1, since it does not require any additional memory space apart from a temporary variable used for swapping. Okay, now this is the temporary variable which we used for cheers. Okay, I have to stop saying this. Now, except of this, we are not taking any another additional storage. We are doing the work in that storage only. So I think this is pretty clear now. And let us end our video in here. So in the next video, we will do either insertion sort or bubble sort. So whichever seems more comfortable, you can let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, I will approach bubble sort first. Anyways, it was a nice video according to me, and I enjoyed it, and I hope that you will too. So with that said, tata, bye bye, and let's meet in the next video.